This is set number 10497. It is called the Galaxy Explorer, and it is part of the Space System. This set was actually made exclusively for the LEGO 90 Years of Play Anniversary. The set comes out with a total of 1,254 pieces. Now here is the back of the set, and I love how it looks once again. This whole set is so cool looking. But over here we actually have our dimensions, and it is 32 centimeters, or for my fellow Americans, 12.5 inches in width from wingtip to wingtip, and in length from the engines to the guns at the top, it is 52.5 centimeters or 20.6 inches. So that's a pretty big ship. And then of course we've got all the different things we can do with it all across here. So it looks like it looks like it's gonna be super cool. And on the front here we can see a good view of the ship and the characters that come with it. And then we get a big view of the whole ship in all its glory. And so we're gonna go ahead and build that. So we'll be seeing that very soon. All right, we're gonna go ahead and open up this guy. Yes. All right, we got at least 7 bags. Bag 3. Oh, here is our map, sealed away. Oh, it's got the space logo on the back. That's neat. We'll set that aside for now. Bag 6. Bag 8, so we have at least 8 bags. Bag number 1, I'm actually going to set that aside. Bag 4. Bag 9. Bag 2. Here is our Galaxy Explorer, and it is magnificent. So let's take a closer look now at some of the parts of the ship. We'll be starting at the front of the ship, where we have 2, I guess, gun-looking things, but I feel like this ship is more of a peaceful ship, so I don't think that's what these are actually meant to be. Maybe they are just like little decorations for the front of it. Regardless, they look very good. And moving along the ship, we get this really cool design right here I like. Just adds a little bit of detail. Over the whole like gray outline area of the ship, there are tons of these little details which make it look really technological and really cool. Here we have the LEGO Space emblem. We have LL928, which is the number of the ship, I guess. And we actually have the cockpit, where we have room for 4 pilots. Right now I only have 2 pilots present. We got the 2 red pilots in here, and they're at their controls. You got these 4 controls here, and their 2 steering wheels. I love the bricks used for these. Let's see if I can get one out. I love the bricks used for these controls panels and stuff, because they are customized to go with the actual ship. So for example, on this brick you can see an actual image of the ship amongst what looks like a field of asteroids, or maybe those are like giant potholes, space potholes, I don't know. I'll go ahead and stick that back in there. But there's an angle where you can see a little bit more of it. This brick here as an outline of the ship with what appears to be the different engines outlined on it, and the 2 rooms, which we'll be taking a look at next. Anyways, moving along, we've got these cool red lights here on either side. We've got actually these engines here, our first set of engines, which is really unique because you can remove them, if I can do so correctly, and it is a little ship for these guys to ride on. So you can have him just like going along in space, and he goes and docks on here or whatever. But I think that's a really cool, unique addition to the set. But I'm gonna go ahead and put this engine back There's the inside of the engine if you're wondering. And now we're gonna take a look at this room here, where I have our other 3 characters waiting. So here is our next room, where I'm gonna go ahead and remove some of these characters so we can take a look at them. First of all, we've got this little robot here who's holding 2 mugs. Just a neat little guy right there. I'll do it line up with all the characters after this. We got one of our spacemen here. I like to imagine these 2 as scientists.
You know, I'm something of a scientist myself.
And then instead of like a white apron or white lab coat, they're wearing a white spacesuit. There's our other guy. So something really unique I love about this set is the beds. Actually, these guys can use the beds without having to take their gear off. So here, you can see he's got his gear on right there. And he can lay down just nicely in there. Because there's a divot in the bed, right there, for their oxygen tanks. And although you can't really see it, this whole lineup on that side, the bed, and then this cool control panel, it's mirrored on the other side. So don't worry, you're not missing out on anything super crazy on the opposite side of the ship. And we're gonna go ahead and close off this room for now and work our way on back a little more. Hidden down here is a little compartment. There's one on the other side as well. In this, we have a little arrow here. I'm not sure what it's pointing to, but it looks really, really cool. And then moving along, we're gonna get to the back of the ship now. I'm gonna have to move my camera. And here's a view of the back of the ship. We got 2 more engines. These ones are not like the others where you can take them off and use them for something else, but we're gonna go ahead and open up the back area because it does open up to reveal a little rover just chilling in there. So I really love how this whole back area looks. Over here we have a wrench, over here we have a radio, and right here in the front and center we have our little rover. So here we have an up close of the rover, and I'm gonna go ahead and put a little guy on it. Oops. He'll be driving it today, but how this whole system works is you drop this down, pull this out, let it drop, and the rover will roll out. And it fell off my desk, but that's okay. And then when you want it to go back in, you just have your rover drive up. This goes up, rolls in, and this goes up. And then you can shut it all, and then there you go. But we're not shutting it yet. I'm gonna remove the rover really quick, and I wanna show you guys a really cool feature about this set. All right, this is just something I really liked. I always enjoy sets that have creative ways of looking at normal things. And here we have our door into the area with the rover, and it's a little sliding door that slides along this track here. And so you can get into the rest of the ship from there. And it's just super cool. And I really love how it looks. One final thing I want to take a look at is these landing gear. They're just super neat, super smooth. They're really easy to use. You just pop them out like that. I just knocked something off the set. That doesn't matter. And then it can just stand up like so, a good like inch off the ground. So here's our lineup of the characters. We've got our 2 spacemen in white, our 2 spacemen in red. This one's on his rover. And then we got our little robot in the middle. So overall, this is a very, very cool set. I would highly recommend getting it. It is an awesome throwback to how a lot of sets used to look, while keeping that modern Lego feel to it, of using so many pieces in so many unique ways. It has some awesome characters that I love the designs of. They're so simple, yet, especially with this guy, they just look like they really belong. It's got so many cool functions and features, and I do think it is really worth the price. As of now, it is sitting at about $100 for this set. I do think that is very much worth it for this awesome display.